We got 3 stories coming out of Texas. This one's probably the biggest downer because, again, once again, imagine that. Border Patrol breaks all-time migrant apprehension record in 2021, and there is still 3 full fucking months ahead of us. So they're really trying to shatter that fucking high score. So let's take a look. With less than 48 hours left in fiscal year of 2021. Oh, okay, cool. So this backtrack. So disregard that first little misnomer. We're just going to get a head start on the 2022 fiscal year. The Border Patrol has already surpassed the total number of migrant apprehensions made in any year along the southwestern border since the agency's inception in 1924, for fuck's sakes. A source within the Customs and Border Protection notes that unofficial apprehension records show that more than 1,646,000 of this year as of Wednesday. Holy fuck. The total reflects the arrests made within the 9 Southwest Border Patrol sectors from California to Texas. Some are inviting them in, others are trying to hold them off, and Doug Ducey is just standing down at the border saying, okay, not all of you can come across, but we like some of you. Fucking Arizona, thank God they're going to be getting a much better governor. That's going to be a part of the hodgepodge for the 3rd video. Anywho, according to CPB, the previous record stood since 2000. Last time that America was in a considerable amount of turmoil that led to a fairly high-profile tragedy. When 1,643,679 were arrested. Oh yeah, they already shattered that shit. So congratulations, Joe. That's a record that you actually can claim to hold. You don't need to fucking make some shit up. Source says final apprehension numbers will increase by at least 10,000 when the fiscal year officially closes on September 30th, as reported mid-October, of course. The total, according to the source, does not include more than 2,000 migrants arrested by the Border Patrol along the northern and coastal borders of the United States. Yeah, I know, sorry, that's why we had so many pre-tapes last week. I was trying to get across, but then the Border Patrol was like, Don, you got to turn back. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I spent all this time driving down here, and it's like, I know, just try to come through legally. And it's like, well, what if I just get a really good tan? It's like, well, you got to go down to the southern border. And like, okay, fine. The number also does not include migrant apprehensions made by CPB officers at ports of entry. So any of the Cubans or Haitians, well, some of them, we know that some of them might have been flown over, that 28,000 mile trek to Del Rio. But hey, whatever, I'm sure that was totally fucking organic. And definitely wasn't a distraction from what else is happening with Afghanistan, because they've already kind of swept the border crisis under the rug significantly. But regardless, the source says the northern coastal border patrol sections show lagging totals compared to the past due to staffing shortages caused by the movement of personnel to the southwest. Yeah, exactly. No shit. And remember, this is just the ones that they caught. So these were the slow and fat ones that couldn't squeeze through or hop over the fence. Let's talk about good shit in Texas, right? Because that was just all kind of the Southwest, right? Okay, obviously that had a little bit more than just Texas, but Texas is where a bulk of them, okay, I don't have proper statistics as to how many or what the percentage of the ones that are hopping the border hop on over into Texas, but that's the one that at least gets the spotlight shone on it from some right-wing outlets, okay? Texas acquires COVID monoclonal antibodies, the Regeneron, right? Bypassing Biden's HHS limits. Just like Ron DeSantis, Greg Abbott just decided, hey, Biden's going to be shorting us this shit that, it helps people live. Maybe we should be getting some of our hands on our own stuff. And this definitely isn't setting up for a fucking national divorce or a secession. No, of course not. You got independent large states that just want to break free of the fucking insanity, and I couldn't be happier, man. Greg Abbott, he locked down that fucking state for a little while, and his reversal, of course, has been admirable, to say the least. So yeah, he announced on Monday his state had obtained its own supply of monoclonal antibodies, a type of treatment for COVID-19. It's so effective, Joe Rogan swears by it, in a move that bypasses the Biden's administration's limits. Oh my God. I can't believe he's doing that. I can't believe it's not bigger news. Oh yes, actually I can, because the news is totally in lockstep. Texas has obtained its own separate allocations of these monoclonal antibody treatments, working around the limitations that President Biden has put on us so that we are able to ensure that everybody in the state of Texas that wants access to these special treatments, they can request it from their doctor, but ultimately, at the end of the day, the doctor has to prescribe it. You can't just walk into a fucking Walgreens or a CVS and just go, oh, cool, Regeneron, I heard good things about that, and fucking buy it over the counter. That's not how this fucking shit works, okay? Jesus Christ. The low information on people. We don't need to go into this anymore, but the more you know, the more powerful you are, and that's why they don't want to give you the information. Okay. Governor also wrote on Twitter, where all the action goes down, that the Texans who get the China virus will get a referral from the doctor are eligible for monoclonal antibody treatment. Exactly. The more you know. G.I. Joe. Or in Texas, G.I. Jose. Earlier this month, the Department of Health and Human Services, just Northern Human Services, because of the South, that's the stupid part of the country, and they don't believe in the science, moved to ration COVID-19 treatment via monoclonal antibodies. Not because there was a shortage, just because they're bitter. Monoclonal antibody distribution sites previously could order the treatment directly from manufacturers. The federal government directive changed now requires states to use the HHS as a middleman to obtain antibody treatments. More government, man. More government, more gooder, more bureaucrats, more positions, more people on the government tit, more people that are invested in the continuation of big government. Yeah, exactly. See how this shit goes?
We create good jobs, high-paying jobs, union jobs with lots of benefits.
Yeah, those type of jobs. Worthless jobs. Texas Department of State Health Services told news outlets this week that it obtained some 4,700 doses from a drug manufacturer, GlaxoSmithKline. That's sweet. Previously, yes, like I said before, but it bears repeating, Governor Ron DeSantis of the great state of Florida, a Republican, no shit, announced he ordered thousands of doses of the treatment from GlaxoSmithKline after HHS's rule change. The governor then called on the Biden administration to restore Florida's supply of the drug.
No, you guys have lots of breakthrough cases, and that's not good. Get everybody the vaccine.
We should be doing everything we can to get patients monoclonal antibody treatments and not cutting allocations of treatment like the Biden administration has done, he said in a statement issued last week. Despite the cuts by the federal government, we want any Floridians that could benefit from this treatment to have access to it. Florida is not going to leave a stone unturned when finding treatment for our state, and we are encouraged to have secured a shipment of monoclonal antibodies. That's a fun word to say. Treatment from GSK, which also sounds like a gang. Meanwhile, Senator Marco Rubio, I don't know, right now Rhino made good. We'll see. I got an eye on you, Marco, little Marco. Proposed legislation that would prevent HHS from creating rules to block healthcare providers and hospitals from purchasing monoclonal antibody treatments. It's fucking so far so good, Marco. Congratulations. But the White House said the change is necessary to make sure states all across the country get access to the treatment. How many of those states are actually using the allocation? It doesn't much matter. This is equity in action. Okay, Texas needs 1,000. Florida needs 1,000. Okay, now we'll send Colorado 1,000. That's all right. We only use 25. No, you're getting 1,000 because that's what everybody gets. Fuck off. Just 7 states are making up 70% of the orders. Okay, we'll send it to them because they're using it. Duh. Our supply is not unlimited. Yeah, but it's weird because they could go and buy some from the fucking okay, weird. And we believe it should be equitable. Yay, it should be equitable, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Fuck off, stupid Saki. We'll get to her more next because, I keep saying it's like she's just having another one today, but fuck, man. Just wait and see. Just wait and see, obviously. But we'll wrap up with Texas here because they're hopping on the audit train. There's those 13 counties we reported on not that long ago. Yeah, they got some questions too. And again, I love this. I love this. Every fucking election should be audited. If there's any holes, if there's any sort of leaks in the system, figure them out. You don't know if there's a problem if you don't fucking look for it, okay? And if you don't patch it effectively, that little crack in the wall quickly becomes a chasm, and then the wall is fucking effective. It's not that hard to figure out. Jesus, they just did the fucking hand recount in Maricopa County, found out that Biden had a couple more fucking votes, but then, hey, you take a look at the audit results, and then you just take a look at the 3,000 plus ballots that are questionable. Don't look at those, though, because the hand recount was all that mattered. Go fuck yourself. So let's see what they're auditing, where they're auditing, when it's going to be taking place. The Texas Secretary of State's office is carrying out a forensic audit suite of 2020 election results in 4 large counties. Okay, yeah, they were looking at 13, including Dallas and Harris. Harris involves Houston, I do believe. Yes, it does. The office announced the audit last week, but declined to provide more information until September 28th. Now, phase 1 of the review is underway. The office says this phase involves verifying the accuracy of the voting machines, something that Maricopa County would not fucking comply with, by the way, but more on that next. Like I said, it's going to be a hodgepodge up here next. Assessing cybersecurity, again, something Maricopa County did not comply with, and pinpointing and removing any people who cast votes illegally in a 2020 from voter rolls. Yeah, clean that fucking shit up. State officials have received reports from the Electronic Registration Information Center regarding voters who may have voted twice or who illegally voted in Texas, okay, despite living in another state. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. It's about what 23,000 of the fucking questionable ballots from the audit to Maricopa County, but nothing to see there. They just voted from a different address. Cool. In addition, officials have identified votes that they say were potentially cast by non-U.S. citizens in Texas, in Houston. Oh my God. And altered counties to review each case. Once that's done, any instance of possible illegal voting will be referred to the state's Attorney General's office for investigation. Sweet. Phase 2 of the audit estimates that it takes place in the spring of next year, centered on examining election records from the counties, which also include Tarrant and Collins County. Yeah, I think Tarrant is also up north as well, and Collins, I can't even speculate as to where it is. You can pull up a map, but once this all gets finalized, then we'll take a look. Secretary of State's office plans to examine includes a full chain of custody forms concerning equipment and all logic and accuracy testing records for voting machines. This does sound like a good audit, okay? Depending on the results of the examination, there could be a full manual recount that will affect precincts or polling locations. Yeah, there probably should be to begin with, okay, because you want to know if their count is accurate, which, yeah, if you're going to be taking a look for fucking loopholes, maybe you gotta see if the fucking people could actually count to 5 to fucking begin with. Okay, maybe if all the paper ballots and all the electronic backups, if they all fucking match up, maybe, you know, hey, you'd want to take a look at that first. But okay, cool. This is what you guys want to do, okay? Depending on the results of that examination, there could be a full manual recount. Yes, we just read that, and I had my cursor in the wrong spot. My mistake. The purpose of this audit is to ensure all Texas voters can have confidence in the election system in our state. Exactly. It's not about voter suppression because you people are low information retards. Somebody throw a box of matches on the ground and see how quickly they fucking count them. And to address any outstanding issues county election officials may face that undermines the integrity of our elections. Why not? Fucking why not? It's not about overturning anything, okay? Because that shit's already done and dusted. There's no bringing back that fucking boogeyman, okay? The inauguration happened, okay? Everybody's been sworn in at their different elected office. You just got to vote them out next. And it's all about ensuring that the next election is going to be as secure as possible. That's all that these audits are looking to do, okay? It's not about subverting democracy. Trust me, the people that parrot that talking point have done a fair amount of fucking subversion. And we're going to talk about some of that subversion and misinformation and just outright fucking blatant lies that have been going on very recently. And some of it is just baffling, to say the least. So if you want something a little bit more bizarre, hang around for the second one. Or I guess it's not the second one. This is the second one. Third video of the day coming up next. Thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.